Hello and welcome, and today I thought we'd have a quick look at this 30 watt 220 volt electric vacuum solder sucker desoldering pump iron gun welding tool thingy-mabob. These are pretty cheap, around £6 direct from China. I got this one from eBay. It's fitted with this 2-prong plug, which I think I'll replace if I was going to use this frequently. I'm just going to use this incredibly dangerous adapter I found lying around. So before we switch it on, I like to do a few checks to see if it's safe to use. Here I'm just measuring across the live and neutral on the plug and getting about 2k ohm resistance. And now I'm just checking the wiring is not shorting to the outer metalwork of the soldering iron. Helps if you remove your finger first. I did this for both live and neutral connections. It's always a good idea to check cheap electrical stuff from China. Everything seems okay with this one though. We may live to see another day. Just checking the screws and things. And the ground alligator clip is indeed connected to the soldering iron tip, so that's a good thing. One other thing I wanted to check were I noticed there were 2 exposed wires I found located behind the pump. I don't know if you can see those there. The 2 wires coated in the white heat resistant stuff. You can see it doesn't quite run all the way to the end. I suspected that these 2 wires were live, and indeed they were. So definitely something to watch out for there. And the other one, yep, definitely both going through there to the live connections on the plug. So after that I thought it might be a good idea to check the wiring, as I thought I noticed that the mains cord was rather loose at the end. If you gave it a bit of a pull you could see the 2 wires coming out the end, the live and neutral. There's just 4 screws holding the cover plate in position. And there we go. And yep, there's definitely no securing of the mains cable through that plastic plate. It's just totally loose in there, and the 2 wires are just twisted around the other 2 wires, so one good pull on that cable and it would just come flying out the end. There you can see a bit of a closer view there. Yep, this thing is definitely turning out to be death on a stick. Incredibly dangerous. Yep, I'll certainly be replacing that cable if I was going to use this thing regularly. And we'll just have another quick look at the other end, and you'll hopefully get a closer look at those other 2 wires, which are also live. Alright, so let's have a quick look what the soldering iron comes with. You get one of these spare tips. This is a 2mm one, and mine came pre-installed with a 1.4mm one. You also get this very nice bendy piece of wire for cleaning out the solder from the tip and the tubes. This is a solder pump which actually feels pretty good quality, very strong feeling plastic. It's got a nice smooth action and feels like it's got plenty of suction there. It just comes apart like that. You just simply pull the top off and out it comes. And there's inside the tube, and the top half has simply just got a metal spring and a washer which has got absolutely loads of grease stuff covered in it, and then just simply slots back together like that. And one thing I did notice was that every time I did this, the spring did seem to come out of its little groove there, and you had to keep just popping it back in before you could put it back together again. and it just fits back into the main soldering iron. There is a rubbery plastic grommet at the bottom there, which the pump just slots onto, and it just pushes back into position and is held in place by friction alone. And one thing I did notice is you do have to make sure that the plunger handle is orientated the right way round for a smooth action. To remove the tip, you just simply unscrew, as simple as that, and just screw the other one back on again. Now you'll notice some white, I think that's white thermal compound or some thermal transfer plastic stuff, I'm not sure what that is. Just simply screw it back on like that. Right, let's see how long it takes to heat this turd up. It is switched on, trust me. It just takes a little while to get going. One thing I will mention is the seller did specify that you check voltage match. Too high or too low voltage is not conducive to use. Now, I'm not sure what the dangers of that could be. Perhaps the element can't take voltages over the specified 220 volts, which may lead it to overheat. Here in the UK we have a standard voltage of about 240. Where I live in the countryside, it can go up to 250 volts. And so let's hope this thing doesn't spontaneously combust. Okay, so coming up to 330 minutes, or 3 minutes 30 rather, and we're up to about 270 there. The advert did specify a preheat time of about 3 to 5 minutes. I'm just checking the handle temperature. It's feeling a bit toasty actually. And so it seems to be slowing down slightly now. We're reaching nearly 350 degrees centigrade, that is. Yeah, really slowing down now. So, say around 350. After just coming up to nearly 10 minutes. It probably would still keep going. Don't know how high. I'm not going to bother around checking it much longer than that. I think that's a fair test. One thing I do want to just quickly check now is the temperature of the plastic handle. Did feel quite hot actually, and if you look, it gets up to nearly 72 degrees, 73. So that's going to keep your hand pretty toasty. Okay, so I've just got this old scrap bit of circuit board here. Let's see if we can actually get some desoldering going on. I will risk my life and limb just to see if it actually does do what it says it should. And I think we'll take this filter capacitor out. And we're using the 2mm tip there. And that's the first pin done. Seems to work pretty well. And there we go. I'll just check it with a magnifying glass to see if all the solder has been removed. And then just give it a couple of wiggles and it should come out. Brilliant. Yeah, really impressed. I was quite amazed at that actually. That was really good. I was so impressed I thought I'd have a go at the second one there. Yep, no problem. First pin, no problem. Second pin takes a little bit longer to melt. Not much though. It's probably just sort of thermal recovery. It's a bit slow, but no, still no. Sucked it out really well. And there we go, second one out. No problem at all. Brilliant. So I'm going to continue maybe getting a few other things out. I like look at that diode there. I think I'll have a go at that. But in the meantime, I'll just say a quick conclusion that this is a pretty bad and dangerous soldering iron that actually works really quite well if you don't mind risking your life. So hope you enjoyed that, and if you're thinking of buying one, good luck to you, and be careful. Bye now.